All right, so this math lesson comes from lesson 3.5, chapter 3, lesson 5, and we were talking about adding decimals with pictures. So if I have this problem, 9/10 plus 7/100, I want to add this together, these two decimals together, using pictures. So when we talk pictures for decimals, we represent a whole number by a flat or a square. We represent the numbers in the tenths place value by using a long or just a line. And any number that is in the hundredths place value, we represent with a cube, or I like to just kind of draw it as a dot. So when I look at 9/10, I know I'm going to use the long, and we have 9/10, so I need 9 longs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So those 9 longs represent the 9/10. Now, I need to now draw, because I'm adding 7/10. So I need to go back and I need to say, okay, which picture do I need to use here to represent the 7/10? Well, I know that tenths are represented by the longs, and I need 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, since I'm adding these, I need to count them all together. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I have 16 tenths. So I need to ask myself, can I take any of these longs and exchange them for a flat? Exchange them for one of these. Well, I know that 10 longs make up a flat. So I can take 10 of these longs and kind of regroup them to make one whole. So I'm going to say this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All the lines that I just put little crosses through, I'm going to exchange for a flat, because that is one whole. Now, I need to see if I have enough to do another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't. So I'm actually just going to keep these 6 longs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when I look at this picture that I just drew, this is my final picture, I know that this flat equals one whole. And then everything after that is after the decimal point. So I need to put my decimal points. And I know I have 6 longs, and 6 longs represent the tenths place value. So my answer is 1 and 6/10. Now, if I do another problem, if I do 65/100 plus 73/100. I want to solve this using pictures. So remember, whole numbers are represented by a flat or a square, so that represents one whole. My longs represent anything that's in the tenths place value, and my cubes, or I like to just draw circles, little dots because it's easier, that represents any number in the hundredths place value. So this is saying that I have 65/100, and I need to take and add 73/100 to that. So let's start off by drawing our picture for 65/100. The 6 is in the tenths place value, so I need to have 6 longs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This 5 right here is in the hundredths place value, so I need to have 5 of those little dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I need to add my next decimal to this. So I have 7/10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I have 3/100. 1, 2, 3. So now let's see if I can take any of these cubes, these hundredths, my hundredths dots, and let's see if we can make 10 out of them so we can exchange them for a long. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, 8 does not equal a long. We need to have 10 cubes to equal a long. So let's look at my tenths. and see if we have 10 to make into a flat. Because remember, 10 longs equals a flat. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I do. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can exchange those for a flat. And I only have 1, 2, 3 left. So I'm just going to keep those because that's not enough to trade in. And I said that I had 8 hundredths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So when I write my final answer, because this is my final picture, this is representing one whole. Everything else afterwards is after the decimal point. So I put my decimal point. I have 3 longs, so that means 3/10. And I have 8 hundredths, so that is 8 hundredths. So my final answer is 1 and 38 hundredths.